here we go.
Reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network.
You're listening to LOTRO Reporter on the MMO Reporter Network. Brought to you by Doghouse Systems. Choose your weapons with Doghouse Systems. Audible. Find your next great read at audibletrial.com/MMOReporter. And GoDaddy. Put your website to work while you play. Welcome to LOTRO Reporter episode 274. I am your host, Cari, and I am joined this week, as always, by the Minion Master himself, Layanor. How are you doing this week, Layanor?
Hello, minions. I'm doing okay. And I'm losing track of the music. Hold on. Okay, got it. Hi!
Okay. So, I was sidetracked by a website. Anyway.
What were you looking
We're
at?
so with it. I was looking at,
Yeah, make up something real quick.
I was to get espionage makeups, cosmetics website. They
Okay.
have really cool nerd makeup. I love it.
We'll believe you this time.
Yeah, well, I picked up at Emerald City Comic Con. So, sorry guys, you have to listen to the girly talk. Picked up at Emerald City Comic Con. They had a Comic Con special thing with nail wraps in it that have comics on them in green. And then they have a lip gloss that is like amazing, and it actually is like green sparkles in it that you don't really notice until you're looking at your lips, and it's like, wait, it's green. And it's really cool. And I've had one person look at me and go, "Your lips are green," because it's got green glitter in it, is what it's got.
Huh.
So it shows up green. Yep. But that has got nothing to do with LOTRO and what we've been doing in LOTRO this week. How about you, Layanor? Have you done anything in LOTRO this week?
I haven't done anything. I actually haven't been home, so I haven't even been able to click the login button.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Been pretty busy lately. What have you been doing?
Oh, I've been busy. I actually logged into a couple of servers that I haven't been on. The timer said like 11 months, which is a really long time.
Wow.
Do you know that after 11 months that your house just goes poof?
I did hear a rumor that kind of happens, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay, well then I'll just go get the stuff out of the escrow. No. The stuff that was in the house when the house went poof is not in housing escrow.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Like, okay, well, let me go buy another house. So I was able to, for my Hobbit on Laurelin, which I'm going to have to be playing more often because she's got the great Hobbit house with the dock.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get that house. So I went in and I bought the house, and I went in and all the stuff that was in the house I had before was in the storage chest.
Oh.
I think all of it was in there.
Convenient.
I haven't been on there in 11 months, so I can't remember. But yeah, but you can't get it from the escrow. You have to get it out of the housing chests. Mm-hmm.
Kind of strange.
Yeah, I thought that was a little odd.
I wonder if escrow even works then anymore, or if it just goes into the chest and that's it.
Yeah, I do not know, because before you would sell your house, everything would go in escrow if you hadn't already pulled it out, and then you would have to like get it all out of escrow before you could buy your house again. But clearly not this time, because I went to get it all out of escrow to see what I had, and they're like, "Oh, we don't want to talk to you." Like, okay. Let's see, what else did I do? I leveled my Bjorning to level 28. She is now in Osgoroth, and is getting ready to do those west end of the Lone Lands quests. which was pretty cool. I've seen those a lot. I really, really wish that the the group area back there, they could fix that to where it's, there are more groups, either more groups running through it,
Mm-hmm.
or they do it, because I mean, I've gone through it like over leveled just to see what it looks like back there,
Mm-hmm.
because it is kind of a neat, creepy area.
Right.
But trying to go in on level is just no way. You can get in so far and then you're done.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You get kind of hoarded.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you can get behind somebody who's like clears them out, you can get stuck back in there and see some cool stuff. But you got to be like a super sneaky person to make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I logged in for the festival last night to see what was going on, and I asked my kin if there was anything that I should talk about on LOTRO Reporter, and I was told that I was not supposed to tell the super secret location of the Hobbit Pie Vault on Landreval.
The Hobbit what?
Pie Vault.
Pie Vault?
Pie Vault. P-I-E, Pie Vault, yes.
Huh.
I was told by one of my kin members that I must mention pies, and then we went on to a discussion of the location of the super secret Pie Vault.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a role-playing server. But we had a good time. And then we have another question a little farther down in the show notes from another Kinney. So that is pretty much what I have been doing in game. So I'd like to talk real quick about our patrons. We're up to 26 patrons, Layanor.
That is awesome.
Yeah, and we're like, yay, patrons. We love you guys. You are amazing. You help us, pay for the stuff we get to do for fun, basically. I mean,
Yep,
nobody...
that cash really helps out a lot of the stuff for the network, so that is awesome. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, it's hosting services are not free, not cheap, and especially the amount of bandwidth we use, and GoDaddy services are not free. They're probably discounted, but not free. And then of course we try to do game coverage, which is mostly a labor of love. I know it's for Chris and those guys to come down and do it, and I'm lucky enough to be close enough. I don't have to worry about flying in or doing any of that stuff.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, because I would never go to a PAX if I had to fly in and pay for a hotel and all that good stuff. But so we do appreciate our patrons, and I think the song should be coming out in the next month or so.
Yep, there's going to be a new
second song.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. So are you ready to talk about the news, Layanor?
As soon as this song is done.
All right, so we have a little bit of news. They are throwing up updates on Bullroar like every other day, I think. Mostly having to do with the level 100 Imbument system.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they're working on that hard. I read both of the Bullroar patch notes. I'm like, yeah, they're going to be working on that for a while.
Yeah. Did you watch the live stream with Jinja?
No. Nope.
I did. I watched it last night. I watched the replay. I've got the link to the show notes, in the show notes to the YouTube thing. And Lauren kept saying that they put this on really, really early, and then the word weeks was used before 16 would come out.
Uh-huh.
So weeks and weeks. Which, I don't know, could mean more than one. I got the impression it was going to be like 6 or 7, but that was my impression of just the way he said weeks, not anything he said.
So we can count on a month at least.
Yeah, I would say a month is a good bet.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. So other than Imbument. I don't really think there's a super. Um, they're making some epic story fixes. Let's see. Where is the one that was my favorite? Um,
There was something silly
oh,
with Wardens. Warden's standard range is up by 5 meters, but our skill that makes it go further is less
uh-huh.
by 5 meters. Kind of
Oh,
strange.
yeah. Some dude named Moosgash has learned some of his abilities and should be more challenging on tier 1 and tier 2.
Yay! Yeah, I heard that some of the
Uh,
instances were kind of buggy for quite a while, so they're working on those too.
yeah, this is my favorite line though. In the ruined city, Thrug now has some regen on him to counteract the effects of orc untroll violence. I'm like, okay, now I want to
What a
go.
lucky guy.
I want to go see this orc untroll violence. Um, so that, other than the imbuement, that's pretty much all of. I'm checking um, the set 3 to see if there's anything really other than, because imbuments are like its own thing
hmm
by itself. Um, but I have.
Well, there's a
Thought I
couple
had.
other class change things too, like Rain of Arrows, the maximum of targets that you had for Rain of Arrows used to be 5, now it's up to 10.
Yeah, they talked about that on the they talked about that on the live stream, and I think for Guardian they've increased you from 7 to 10 on your challenge
Yep.
because people were saying the number that they had picked, and this has all got to do with the imbuement system, from what I can tell.
hmm
Um, that so if, well, let's just talk about it. So if there was a thread that shows all of the changes on all of the legendary items, the legacies from Freelorn.
hmm
So since the only one I really know anything about slightly is the mini, I did take a look at this. And what is happening with some people with the rally, they said was inadvertently left out. They're going to fix that. But my favorite hot, which is a soliloquy of spirit pulses, they've actually pulled that off from what I can tell. And they're going to put it, they're going to increase it for all minis, and then the old legacy will be replaced.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so on my yellow line stuff, I like to have that because that's one of my favorite things, because I can pop it on the tank and then I can keep my anthems up and I can still hit stuff in the face a little bit
hmm
because it's a hot, so it keeps kind of making people pulse green, and it's really awesome. And you can get legacies to make it last a really long time and do a really lot of heal over time. So it sounds like they are just doing away with that particular legacy and just giving the minis a longer time. Because
hmm
the legacy, what it would do was to increase the duration.
hmm
So the longer it was, I mean, you could, if especially an anthem, a yellow line anthem mini, if you could get those suckers up to 30 or 45 seconds, all you could really, really help your party buff up.
hmm Awesome.
Yep. So that's all. Oh, the call of the second change is going from 2 to 5. That's really cool. I didn't know we could target more than one thing. I didn't know there was a limited number of targets.
So what is that? Is that a
um,
healing skill or is that something else?
that's a red line skill. That's call of second age is basically I believe it's the one that comes down like a sword in light.
Ah, so it's a damage
It's
one
more
then.
than the damage one. Yeah. Yep. So that's what I noticed for the minis. I don't know about wardens. Looks like about half are getting changed and half are not being changed.
Mm. That's cool.
So,
The legacies for wardens don't really seem very useful. I only found like a couple of useful ones that did a little bit of damage here and there extra, and nothing extraordinary. I used to have to build my weapons around tanking and gaining threat, and they changed all that when they switched up threat to be kind of like a passive ability. So, it's Warden stuff doesn't really seem that useful on our for legacies. It's kind of strange. So
Okay.
I'm gonna have to look at this list and see what they're changing and see if they're changing to make anything more useful.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's and then somebody I don't usually patch for Bulwer. I like to see the stuff as it comes out,
Mm-hmm.
but I might patch just to see this because this is one of those big changes that I think, we should probably take a closer look at.
Mm-hmm. The last thing that I did before leaving here for close to a week was actually updating my bull roarer, so I plan to get on that.
Yeah. So a couple of things that I recall from the live stream. One, he had a they had a Marshawn Lynch joke. It was awesome. It was pretty awesome. Boston guys making Seattle Seahawks jokes. Second, was the fact that they are listening to feedback. Of course, they can't take everybody's feedback
Mm-hmm.
because some of it is. Third, they would love to do many, many things such as, skins for weapons. But if
Do
they
it!
do that, then it's,
Just do
it's going
it!
to take.
I want that!
Well,
Do it!
well,
There should be no
then
buts.
Well, you may not get HJ17 for a really long time if they have to fix this. That's the point. It's like we have to decide what's the best use of our,
Skins.
resources. Resources. Okay. Many people think skins are the best use of the resources. Yeah, so that was, and the prices for things on the imbued weapons are not final.
Oh,
Those were the main points.
right. Yeah, they're going to put it high, and they're going to make sure that people complain about it because that's actually a great way to get people to notice. So as soon
Yeah.
as people notice, they're going to complain about it. Then they're going to start dropping the numbers to see what people think is kind of in the middle between of what Turbine wants and what players want. So
And what pair?
it's a great idea to start off high because it gets everybody all ruffled.
Yeah, $50 horses. So
Woo!
anyway, yeah, if you have an hour, it's about an hour. It is pretty cool. You get to see Quartermaster Yu. You get to see Jinja waving from the other side of the room because they were all at their desks.
Hmm.
So you get to see what the turbine office looks like. But it was a pretty good live stream. Now we have a question from my kin because it's like I'm getting ready to record. What do you want us to talk about? And so besides the pie discussion, um, Belle Colrer wanted to know about getting ready for the new LI system. So right before it happens, they were wondering if we should decon everything, unequip everything, or get rid of experience rooms, or do just the opposite. I'm like, well, we probably should log into Bullroar and take a look. I'm thinking let's not get rid of the IXP runes. That's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, don't get rid of those. You're going to end up using those after this hits. Unless we hear something weird, like runes are going to have less experience on them or something like that. You're probably going to want to keep your weapons intact if you're not going to be like power leveling your weapons out just to get more experience
Uh,
runes. You know, if you're doing that, keep doing that and max out your weapons, break them, and keep building up those runes. But if you're gonna wait to just break everything when the patch hits, then you might want to wait because we don't know exactly how things are going to be in the end because they could mess with the experience at the end, and then it would be smart to know if we need to break them before or after the patch hits.
mhm.
So
Right.
if you're not going to be breaking them to level up more as this is all getting worked out, just leave them for right now until we get more information.
Okay, yeah, don't go break your level. Now there was something I want to go back to this live stream because there was something that was extremely interesting that I just remembered when we were talking about the IXP and leveling up. Somebody asked in chat about the first, second, and third agers and the power on those. And Jin just said that you can get your third agers just as powerful as a first ager. It's just going to take you a lot longer.
Oh, okay.
It's going to take you a lot more time and effort to do it, but it is possible to earn it. That's as of the live stream. And he
Mm-hmm.
said that a couple of times. So it wasn't just like said it a couple of different times in a couple of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of us who have not been blessed with great friends who share first stagers with them, you can be up with the first stage people if you're willing to work hard enough. That's what I got.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, we will keep an eye on this and maybe come up with some before the patch drops. Come up with some ideas of what you may or may not want to do with these level 100 LIs. All right, hey Layanor, the 8th anniversary started.
Ooh.
We
When?
have a blank. Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But unfortunately, nobody's gotten their 8th anniversary rewards yet.
Now, it was posted what the rewards are, right?
Yep, there's a link in the show notes. It's a
Oh, what a tease.
for year 8. Year 8, for those accounts created on June 30th, 2007 or earlier, you will receive a 8-year character portrait frame, a hooded cloak, some fireworks. Monster characters are going to get a creep-inspired firework and 5% attack damage times 5.
Huh. Creeps get fireworks?
Creeps apparently get fireworks.
What?
Creeps get a dancing emote for 7 years.
Yeah, I know they do. I've seen some crazy dances.
They don't get any creeps. Don't get anything for year 6. So I should be at year 3 or 4, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get I'm going to get the Azure Festival clothing finally. So that is so the they said in a post and on Twitter that the anniversary gifts will be going out on or before the actual anniversary date of April 24th. I don't know if they've patched to see, because last night the horse was there, but there was no cloak or robe or dress for the 8th anniversary. But the horse was there. And
have you seen the cloak?
Yeah, there's a picture of the cloak. There, I saw a picture of the cloak. Where did I see a picture of the cloak? It looks it's like furry. Let me see if I can find I know I had pictures of the anniversary stuff. See if I can go to LOTRO.com and get that quick enough. Forums.
I can't remember if I'm 1 year or if I'm 2 years behind. I can't remember.
I am like 3 or 4 years. 8th anniversary. Sorry. Anniversary records question. No. So, because somebody was like, there's nothing. And we're like, well, there's a cloak. Somebody had a picture of it, but I don't know how they got a picture of it. Anyway.
Oh, well.
It's the same as the blanket horse. It's a blanket horse, but it's not a blanket horse. So it is not. It is not.
A duck.
It is not a duck. Okay, so the last couple of years, you know how it's been like a all the way down blanket, full on covered blanket horse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the last couple of festivals, it's kind of been a blanket horse, but they've kind of like done raggedy edges and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the raggedy edged one, and it's really pretty. So it's I can't remember if it's something to do with hunter something or other. I think I can't remember, and it kind of reminds me of mentioning fall or something like that.
Hmm.
And so it's a really cool. I went ahead and picked it up like last night. So it's really cool looking, and I'm really excited to see if there's a robe that goes with it. Because usually I don't get the robes, but this particular pattern, it's kind of like a diamondy pattern.
Hmm.
It's really pretty. And it a friend of one of my kinnies had dyed it pink for her war steed, and it looks really good pink.
It looks really good pink or really bright pink.
Really good pink. It does not look really bright. Yeah. So that is what's going on. So it's going to they should run through the 28th of February or of 28th of April. So
Hmm.
you have time to go do the stuff. Now, I have a question for you, Leonor.
Okay.
Um, have you seen anything other than unwanted letters or festival invitations in the envelopes in the last 2 years?
Last 2 years. I didn't look at them because I
Okay.
didn't need them the last 2 years. I ended up getting all of the steeds and all that from the first one, the first year that it came out.
Okay.
No, I know that there were supposed to be steeds still in those letters.
Yeah, I haven't got any. There was emotes. There was drunk emotes.
Yeah.
There was. I haven't gotten anything on any of my characters in the last 2 or 3 years other than those letters.
Hmm.
So, a mama set has saved me, and it is called the Woodland Realm is what it's called this year. So they're the steed of the Woodland Realm, but it's not elfy. It's
Hmm.
not very elfy. It's more rangery looking.
David says that the Toasty emote has been still there for the last two
And-
years.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering if the drop rate was just so low that I wasn't see because the first couple of years I'd log in every night, get those envelopes, open them, and hopefully get the. I got the horse on one character.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully get the horse, but I haven't like done that every night for the last couple of years, so I don't know if it's just such a lower drop rate that I just haven't seen them, or if they pulled them out of the loot table.
Hmm.
So anyway, so that is the rewards. Now, and I was poking around on the LOTRO site, and I ran across a really, really cool page on there. It lists all of the areas, tells you kind of what to expect in the content and the level range.
Oh.
So if you're looking for, I don't know what to do at level 60,
Hmm.
it says go to Mirkwood. It also will say to probably go to Enedwaith or
That actually helps, like, in the beginning of the game from, like, level 1 to, I'd have to say, like, 50. Level 1 through 50, it's like you'll be leveling in Bree or in the Shire, and then you will go off to somewhere else, and you'll see that, like, a lot of things are, like, much higher than where you're supposed to be, but you're supposed to be over by, the northern Trestle Bridge area, you know what I mean? So that is actually a really good idea to have something like that to tell you where to go.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. So Oregonian tells you it's 45 to 55. It's got the elf with the picture.
Hmm.
She has tattoos or a scar, one of the two.
Probably a
Interesting.
scar.
It looks like it might be a scar. It tells you Moria is 51 through 60. That's a really, really scary looking dwarf. Anyway, it's lotro.com/en/explore/world, and you can take a look at all of the areas and the level recommendations for them. So that is, events. Well, anniversary's here. 8 years. My
8 years. Yep. Game still looks
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, it is still a very, very pretty game. I actually was doing quests in the Lone Lands, and I'm like, I'm riding along, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, I know should have seen this area before, but I don't exactly remember, this. And it was like, it was kind of, anyway, there's So I had basically come around from a different direction than I normally did when I was questing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of cool to be able to kind of poke into some of the far corners of things and notice some stuff that I don't remember seeing before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a really pretty game. All right, Hobnanigans, of course, is coming May 1 through 3. And then the Spring Festival, which I believe is the fishing festival, right?
I think so.
Okay, so break out your fishing rods, but May 20th through June 3rd.
Yeah, I think the festival token actually has a fish on it. So I'm pretty sure,
Okay.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it
Yeah,
is.
that's fishing. We will be spending lots of times next to fishing holes in lots of places. The one in Bree has got to be really, really muddy because it's just a pond. It doesn't really have fish.
There should be no fish in there, but there is.
Yeah, there is. All right. Oh, Draculetta. Hi, Draculetta is telling at me that they removed the horses thanks to the exploiters.
I don't know if they removed them or not, though, but if nobody's getting them, then I guess they removed them. I know that they did fix the events.
Okay, cool, yeah. David reminded me that the fishing is the summer, the spring is the shrews. Oh, joy! I hate that quest. I really, really, really hate the shrew shop. I am not fast enough with the clicking to actually manage to ever see more than a poof of a large shrew.
You don't have to click.
Ever.
You just like walk around and you hit I can't remember the button. You just get really close and you hit the button. You don't click. I'll show you.
Well, okay.
I'll show
Apparently I have been doing the shrew stomping totally wrong. Yeah, Mama said I can do the maze quiz, the maze quests. They moved everything on us, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Last year they moved everything, which really didn't help. But I can only do a couple or 3 of those, and then I actually start getting motion sick from spinning around so fast trying to get through the maze, especially on the ones where they make you drunk. So yes, I know you can turn all that down so it doesn't actually wobble your screen, but that's cheating. So the ones that make you drunk, and then the ones that make you have to get through there in a certain amount of time, I can only do a couple of those a night because then I start to get motion sick.
Ha ha.
I will probably do what I normally do on that one, which is basically go run the in-league quests.
Oh yeah.
Get those tokens, turn them in, and go like that.
Yep, that's the best way to do it.
Pro tip: Did you know you do not have to do the quests if they've got a festival token? You can actually do the in-league and the Ale Association quests and turn those in at the appropriate places and actually get the tokens. And it's a pretty good, depending on the festival, it's a pretty good exchange rate.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was it for news. Okay, now for community. The Extra Life emails went out. So again, the email to contact Rick if you didn't get your email or are having problems with your stuff is sapiensxl4k@gmail.com, and that's sapiensextralife4kids@gmail.com. He said he got to about half of the stuff over the weekend, and he should be getting to the rest of them this week early sometime.
Oh, cool.
So he's trying to respond to everybody, but so give him a little time. It's just him doing this, I think, nights and weekends outside of his regular duties, but he's going to try to get everybody taken care of. I did log all my codes in and got all kinds of cool stuff.
I've had some people tell me that it was like Christmas.
Yeah, my bags were very, very full of stuff. Yep. So, that's and that ghost bear is humongous. It's big.
Is it? Awesome.
Yeah.
It looked like a cub though, didn't it?
There's the tundra cub, which is little. The ghost bear is as tall as I am. It is huge.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, lunch runs are going on still.
Lunch.
Yep, lunch. Guess what? Brandywine is still in the lead.
Yay!
I can say that name, Brandywine. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, and then they were running something today, I believe. I don't remember who they were running, but there was a turbine point giveaway too. Anduin and Villa. And it doesn't look like they've updated that with the results yet. So Brandywine may not be in the lead still. We don't know.
Right. I'm actually still pretty surprised that Brandywine is number one because the lag is usually so thick. So
So
there had to have been an awesome game plan. There had to have been.
I don't know. I have to try to find it and watch it again. I will have you know, the lag in Bree for the anniversary festival on Landerval was absolutely like we're watching a slideshow horrible. I go over to Brandywine because they've added extra layers to Bree.
Yep.
It was lovely.
Yay!
Yep. It was lovely. Okay, and I would like to mention to everyone again, we're having the Spring Racing Carnival on Landerval. This coming weekend is the Bounders Cup, so they are running the race in Delving, which is pretty cool. Especially when they got all the hobbits running the race. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's in the show notes. I'm trying to see if we have all girl characters who won the races again. Oh! Congratulations! Oh, to across. Oh, people on their knees.
Coursera?
Craceswith, Kayad, and Umpo. I am thinking Umpo is the hobbit. Because I'm pretty sure Craceswith is the woman in the middle, and I'm so that was the Rivendell run. That one's a fun one because I think you can actually fall off the course into the river.
I remember that river used to lag me out really bad when I walked into Rivendell. The little bridge right there where the waterfalls are. That used to lag me so bad.
Oh, they have some prizes for their April 25th event. So for the rodeo and horse show prizes, there are 1,500 turbine points, 25 gold, and a prize code for first place. They have 1,000 TP, 10 gold, and a prize code for second place, and a starter pack, a prize code, and 5 gold for third place. And then for the championship cup, whoever wins the whole shebang gets 2,000 turbine points, 300 gold, and a prize code.
Ooh.
Yeah, and pet shrews. They're giving away pet shrews and starter packs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The big one?
So
The big shrew?
I did not specify what shrew.
Aww.
It said pet shrews. They didn't say it was a big shrew.
Okay. I want the big shrew. I don't have any pets, but I think I'll start with that one.
Okay. Well, good luck on getting that one. Okie dokie. And the last thing we have in community is I got an email from this online take a course place called Coursera.org. And they did this last year. They have a course on, let me get the name of it. It is called, and this is different than the Tolkien Professor course. It's called Online Games, Literature, New Media, and Narrative. And basically they use Tolkien's books, the movies, and Lord of the Rings Online as ways to compare the different visions and things like that of media and games and things like that. So it's a free course. It's a 7-week course. They said there's going to be like, and you can get a statement of accomplishment. So there's some reading of Tolkien, there's watching of movies, and then there's playing Lord of the Rings online. So I'm kind of excited. We decided to sign up for it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's put on by Vanderbilt University, and it's free, totally free. So Coursera.org. They have very interesting courses there. They have a course on chickens from the University of Edinburgh.
We'll get Chris to sign up on that one.
From Nan to Tetris Part 1, Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Introduction to Operations Management from the University of Pennsylvania. They've got some statistics classes, and all of this is free.
Wow.
It is all free. Of course, there's no college credit for it, but if you have ever wanted to learn about plagues, witches, and war, the worlds of historical fiction from the University of Virginia, you may go at your own pace and learn about this. It's kind of a cool thing.
Oh, nice. That sounds really cool.
So I decided to give it a shot and sign up for it and see what and see where we go. All right, we got a letter.
What?
Yeah, Kevin. So is this letter 3 this year from Kevin?
This year?
I think he's behind the curve.
I want to say 4 or 5.
I don't think so. I'll have to look. I don't
Okay.
think so. For this year, I think it's 3. Which I love Kevin's letters. Don't get me wrong, guys. I love them. So he said he installed the Borrower client the other day for the first time. This came in like right after we recorded last week. Specifically to test the new Imbument process. He says, from what I had read on the forums, it was a nightmare system that ought to be scrapped.
Usual forum.
Yeah. During the worst, I imbued my hunter bow and was stunned to find a simple and easy design. The only real difference was the legacies. Otherwise, things are the same.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't quite understand what all the huff was about in the forums. Their typical forums.
It's different. It's different.
Different. And I'm going to be doing the same DPS as my level 85 bow. Sorry, I actually saw somebody write that.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's like when you imbue it, you might as well have a level 85 LI, and it's like, dude, really? Okay. I don't know. I haven't done it. Sorry. Whoever wrote that, that's your feeling. That's fine, but I don't know. The new system makes the LI process very similar to character leveling, which is great since you're entering our 3rd level 100 region, and more could be on the way. If characters can't level up, at least our weapons can, and I think that's the whole point.
I think so too. Yeah.
I think that's the whole point. Is let's level up the weapons. Does the chicken class use LOTRO chicken play? So he says one problem he had that many classes lost great legacies like the minis rally. They did say on this live stream that one was just inadvertently missed. Also, some of the stuff that was put out on the forums was like the wrong version of something, which caused some anxiety and upset too. So he says, I can definitely see Turbine creating class essences with the lost attributes to create new trait tree points. I would be fine with either of those options as long as a character can get back what was lost. And that is what they have said. They said if they take the legacy away, they will be putting it someplace else. What the legacy did someplace else, such as the spirit pulses for minis. They're going to give it to everybody, like increase the duration for everybody rather than having you have to pick that specific legacy to increase the duration.
Yeah, and that's the best way that they could do it too. So I'm glad that they are doing it that way.
Yep. He says, other than that, I did not try anything else in Borrower. I enjoy the surprise when it goes live. He says, however, he couldn't stop himself from taking a look at Minas Tirith, which was breathtaking. And all in all, he's very much looking forward to the update. P.S. He wants to know what we think about the movie franchise Tremors.
Okay. The movie franchise.
Actually,
what's the rest of the letter? Is it about Tremors or what?
Yeah, the rest of the letters is all about Tremors.
Okay, the movie franchise Tremors.
I love the first movie. I thought it was absolutely hilariously awesome.
Yes. It was like it's kind of like a nod to some of the older B movies, but it was good. You know, they had enough mixture of excitement and horror, even though it's not really a horror movie.
Yeah,
Um,
see, I would have
Even when
never
it
counted
came
it.
out, I really didn't consider it a horror movie. More of a comedy horror movie. Um, but yeah,
I didn't consider it a horror movie at all, or I would have never watched it.
the first movie has a lot of charm. The second movie, it started to just kind of be a little bit bland, and I don't think I see the third one. The third one was with the uh, blind, small, little Tremors that were running around. They had 2 feet and they were
Yeah.
running around like chickens. And then,
I think I've seen part of that one.
okay, and then there was about 2 seasons of Tremors, the TV series on the Sci-Fi Network.
Nah, did not see that.
Those were actually kind of interesting because they were really going into on some of the episodes they were going deeper, finding more things out about the graboids. So
Okay.
it was kind of neat. And one of the best things happened on all of them. Burke, the main character is Burke, who has a plan for everything. And one of the graboids took out the power of his basement, and he had a backup generator, and the boom came on right away. And then he looked at everybody and says, "That's a backup generator." And then boom, the power went out again, and the power went on again, and he says, "That's a backup generator."
Pretty awesome.
So that character is awesome, and if you haven't seen the TV series and you like the first movie, watch that first season at least. It's pretty funny, and he's really cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first movie immensely. I think I've seen it like 3 times. I've seen the second one a couple of times. After the third one, I was done. They don't exist anymore. And he wants to know how he'd feel if they remade it. I don't think they could do it. I think they would do too. I think they would try to take themselves too seriously.
Remake that? What?
That I like
Uh,
that have been, like many horror movies that have been remade into modern crap. I have a feeling that that would happen. Yes, he
well,
said he would cry for an extended period of time. I would do that same.
there was a director that picked up what was it called? It's not Army of Darkness. It's Evil Dead, and he rebooted
Oh,
that. Now I heard mixed reviews on it, but I heard that it was actually pretty good, and it was a really good idea to have him do that. Like he did it well, is what I'm trying to get at. And I think
was
that he's
Evil
doing
Dead
the
the one that
Poltergeist one now as well.
was Evil Dead the one that was like so bad it was just hilarious?
Yes.
Okay,
So I guess
yeah.
that was like a big mixture of horror and comedy, because yeah, it was so bad that they ended up pulling it, rewriting it, and such making the funny parts that people laughed at funnier, and put out the movie again. That one did really well. But yeah, um, that was remade. Poltergeist is being remade by the same guy, and surprisingly enough, since we're on this topic, he just picked up the rights to do the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Oh, okay. That's one of your favorite games.
Yes, so that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
that is.
a remake of Tremors, I don't really see it
No,
necessary.
no,
But
no.
Hollywood doesn't care as long as there's money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I with a good director, yeah, it'd be fine because it's actually a big comedy and not really a horror movie. So I think that they would actually do very well with it.
Okay. All right. So, let's talk about our sponsors real quick. Are you done? That's what the letter. Do you have anything else, Leonor?
Nope.
Okay. So if you're looking for a new PC, then check out doghousesystems.com and use the coupon code MMOReporter, and you can get a free 120 gig SSD drive in addition to the 1 terabyte drive that you already comes with your system, which would be really, really cool. Also, if you like, as the chat room before us for Guild Wars 2s was saying, what was it, books with voices or something? I can't remember.
What?
You can go. They were talking about Audible, and it's like words, books with voices or something. So you go to audibletrial.com/MMOReporter, and you can get a month free. And their catalog of books is humongous, and it is totally worth checking out, because if you have any kind of commute or any kind of grind in an MMO, which they really would prefer you to listen to their in-game music, but Audible books make for a nice company when you're trying to level
they
up.
Sure do.
Spinning in Final Fantasy XIV. So it's audibletrial.com/MMOReporter. If you'd like to get a hold of us, you can email us as Kevin did. We love your letters. Please send them to us at lotro.reporter@gmail.com. Of course, be sure to follow us on Twitter at LOTRO Reporter. Check us out on Facebook. Search for LOTRO Reporter in the search bar. You can leave us a voicemail at 616-666-6778, or use the widget on the right-hand side of the screen when you visit our site, which is LOTROreporter.com. That is the same number for everybody. So please be sure to tell us who the call is for, especially if it's, I don't know, heavy breathing or something. Yeah. And then we know it's for Steve. Check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/user/MMO Network. And of course, be sure to follow us on twitch.tv/MMO Reporter. And what you will find when you subscribe to that channel, you will find, because somebody came in from a hosting tonight, and they were wanting to know what the channel was about. So what you will find when you follow MMO Reporter on Twitch, we have about four weekly shows that are recorded, Monday nights, Tuesday nights, and Wednesday nights.
Mm-hmm.
We also do a lot of streaming whenever somebody feels like it. So we were streaming Neverwinter last week. I think I saw somebody streaming the launch of the new Hearthstone expansion.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like that. So be sure to follow us so that you can get announcements of when stuff goes live, and you can come join us and have some fun. You can follow me at the Cari Mac on Twitter. And Layanor, how would they follow you?
They can follow me at Layanor, Layanor, Layanor.
All right, and then you've been doing some stuff too with your videos, right?
Yes, I just started up 3 new Let's Plays. So I'm doing Sleeping Dogs, which is the new updated one that has the better graphics, thankfully, since it's a little bit of an older game. I am doing The Darkness 2, which unfortunately I did not know that The Darkness 1 never came out on PC. So, dang it.
Good.
So I'm doing part 2.
Okay.
And I'm doing Blades of Time, which is a very cool action hack and slash game that I've been wanting to play for quite a while.
Sounds fun.
Ding,
All
97.
Right. Ding, 97 what?
A Mama Set just leveled up.
Oh, congratulations, Mama Set. Yay! It's only 3 more levels to... All right. So
Don't people say ding to you when they level up?
Some do, yes.
Okay, I was going to say.
But I was trying to figure out how in the world you were leveling up to 97 when you were supposed to be talking to me.
No, I'm at 100. Screw that leveling stuff.
All right. So everyone, thank you again for joining us. Thank you for those who download and listen. And as always, we do hope to see you in game.
Yay!
Yay! So now is this a good time to tell you I forgot to hit record until about halfway through the news?
Yeah, I didn't hit record till about like after the introduction and stuff.
Okay. So we're gonna have some interesting quality on.
Expect low quality this week, people.